sip and talk business on Fashion, Beauty, and Fit. I am your host, DJLIVES4LUV, and today we have the lovely Miss Hope Watkins, owner of Young Sir Clothing and Young Sir The Movement. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing amazing. So let's dive into it. I hear you have a couple of collections that are being dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's early.
It's early. What kind of collections? Well, who are the collections featuring? Let's start there.
We got a few different ones dropping. So first, of course, we got your line dropping, DJ Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like to cover all the girls and the young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Treasy, which is the real Treasy on Instagram, and Roscoe, Young Roscoe on Instagram. They drop the lines under us, Bad Chasers, which is actually the LJH collection. And then Roscoe dropping his namesake, the Corey Chris collection. So be on the lookout for that for sure.
The Corey Chris collection.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the goat on it.
Yeah, big goat.
The greatest of all time.
Big goat.
Okay. He's the big goat. So, what is the meaning for each of the collections?
Ooh, sheesh. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm still getting used to having more than one line under Young Sir. So that's why I had to correct myself earlier. Like it's really not the Bag Chasers line. The line is actually called LJH, which is his initials. So I ain't gonna put them out there on Front Street. That's Treasy line. And then the Corey Chris, that's Roscoe line. So
okay.
Theirs per se don't have meanings to them because they move in a different direction than Sir and DJ Nice. So you tell the people what DJ Nice stand for.
DJ Nice stands for Nothing Intellectual Comes Easy.
Bingo.
And that's the purpose of us trying to get behind the young women and everything that we do. And starting the movement with Young Sir, the movement is to get them to understand that nothing intellectual comes easy, meaning you're intellectual. So you have to be able to push yourself, to move yourself, and nothing that you set yourself out to do is going to be easy. So, you got to grind. Basically grind to get to where we're trying to go.
I think you said it way better than I could say it.
Whatever.
I mean, for the that's the reason why we drop different collections, because I want each collection to represent the person that is dropping that collection. So it's not for me to say what they line is about and where it's going and things like that, because it is my vision, but it's my broad vision. It's not my individual vision. So it's always better to hear straight from them.
What is Sir?
Sir stands for Successful Intellectual Rock Stars. So I know when you hear Sir, you automatically think of a male, but it is universal. It's meant for everybody. It just means that anything that you do, you should always want to be successful with it. You should always want to educate yourself every day and learn something new. And then, of course, rockstar lifestyle might not make it. You feel me? So at the end of the day, whatever your rockstar lifestyle is, if it's being at home with the family every day, cool. If it's out partying every day, more power to you. But just do it in the most smartest way that you possibly can. Be safe and, give back to the community at the end of the day. That's what Young Sir is all about. So.
What made you start Young Sir the movement?
A variety of different things, but at that time in my life, I was dealing with a situation where I had a kid in my life every day who had to go from playing sports every day, being a regular kid every day, to now he can't do anything because of epilepsy and having seizures and things of that nature. So it really brought him down. And at that time I was coaching and doing other things with the kids like we always have done. And I just kept trying to figure out a way, how do I get him involved to bring his spirits up, and at the same time be able to get these other kids involved with stuff outside of the usual, which is basketball, football, sports, stuff like that. And show them there's different ways to get to the same common goal that everybody is trying to get to. So kids love fashion, they love music, they love to drip, so what other way to put all of that stuff together and still allow them to have a good time than a fashion show. And that's why our fashion shows are so unconventional and out the box, because at the end of the day we want the kids to shine. And what kids want to be stiff all day, walk up and down like a robot, turn, pose, like that's not what our shows are about. So that's really how Young Sir came about. Just me always trying to figure out a way how to incorporate new things and be the voice of the youth.
And that's very interesting. I'm actually happy that you do that. One of the things I can definitely say is that your community fashion shows have inspired and brought a lot of kids to who have never thought that they would ever be able, even adults who never thought they would even be able to touch the runway. I know you have 100+ models at each of your fashion shows. You are always giving back to the community. It's kind of like set up like a talent show, fashion show for the kids, so where they can come out, do dances, and
the fashion show really like the grand finale to everything, because like it's deeper than that. Like, I know we advertise in the fashion show, but behind the scenes is deeper, because like we try to give the kids different classes, like etiquette classes, makeup tutorials, things that just education. Still get them the education part of it, while still making it fun. So the fashion show is really like that last day of the semester, and everybody coming together, and we're gonna show you what we've been working on this whole semester. Because we usually do like a 3-month stint of getting ready for each show. So I kind of based it off of the school lineup, because like that's where I got my start. I was working for the school system in Detroit, and so a lot of the things that I had to do had to line up with that. So I kind of kept that same parameters, because it made sense, and it still makes sense. 3-month semester, you give them classes, you give them every week rehearsals and things of that nature, and then at the end of the day you let them show you what they got from those experiences, and you'll see it on the runway from their confidence. And even if you can't see it as the audience and you just looking at it from the fashion show standpoint, the parents can see it, the other people participating can see it, I can see it, and parents come up to us all the time and tell us how they kids' confidence was boosted, or they gained so many new friends, or they felt they could go do other things that they were scared to go do. So at the end of the day, for me, that's the most important part. Like, yes, we sell out. Yes, we have a lot of models. Yes, we always get 20, 30 vendors. All that's great. And I know that's the numbers that everybody else is looking at, but I'm looking at how many kids did we impact, how many parents came back and said, Hope, you changed my child's life, or how many businesses came back and say, Hope, I sold out, Hope, let me do your next show because I know you gonna do right by me. Those are the things that I'm looking for and the connections that I'm trying to make, because at the end of the day, none of that we do is possible without the people supporting us, because we can't do it on our own, from our community service to our events, from to everything that we do, without people either purchasing Young Sir or purchasing your branded print, making donations, donating their time, their efforts, then we would just be somebody out here just saying we trying to do it instead of a business that's actually being able to do it. So,
and that's understandable, and I can even see it from the interviews that y'all had posted from the that talent from the fashion shows. You gave everybody an opportunity to put together their own interviews, and then they've shared all across social media, across theirs, and different things like that. It's like you can tell that the marketing strategies that you put out behind it, and teaching them how to brand themselves, and moving forward from a business side, from a behind the scenes, from a business aspect, as well as from the everyday aspect.
For sure. I try to think of a million ways for our models to get exposure, because at the end of the day, just because they modeling, their exposure might come from whatever industry it is that they trying to get into, whether it be photography, videography, basketball. So many different platforms come to our shows that provide different avenues for these models, that I want to make sure that every model gets seen and they not just another one in the bunch, because at the end of the day, like you said, we have 100+ models. It's easy to get lost in the scheme of things, but we try our hardest not to allow that to happen by making sure that they got hashtags with their IG names and things like that when they walk down the runway, so that people know who they looking at. Like you said, this year we started doing the interviews so people could understand, like, okay, this is what we did, this is how it affected me, and this is what the outcome is, and just letting them see that our participants really be excited to put these shows on and stuff. It's not just me. And how important they are to the grand scheme of things. So, you know, shout out to my models. Without my models, you know, our show would be kind of boring, and our performers too. We got some heavy hitters coming for this next show too, y'all. Man, be on the lookout.
I know last show y'all had people coming from Florida, California, Miami. You had what?
Atlanta, Detroit, Dallas,
people
Killeen.
everywhere.
Man, we had people. We did have people from everywhere, but that's always been a thing. Like, my number one thing is to get outside eyes on my people. That's why I venture from Detroit to Texas to open those avenues and doors. And shout out to Treasy and his mom, my best friend in the whole wide world, man. Because without them making outside connects and bringing them to the table, you know, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that we do too. So shout out to them, because at the end of the day, it's a group effort. It's a team thing. And I'm nothing without my team, y'all. You know.
So I have a question for you. You came all the way from Detroit to Houston and had your very first diverse fashion show. How does that make you feel?
So I've always had shows where we might have a couple different ethnicities, but not like in the broad scheme of things. It's always predominantly African American, you know, for the black people, for our community. So being able to produce this show, and we had people from Asian descent, Hispanic descent, African Americans, Indian descent in the audience. Just being able to see that was a great experience, because we get to see each other as equals. Like, our youth get to see, like, all right, everything is not racist. Everything that the media is showing us is not true. We can definitely come together and make this work. We can definitely come together and understand each other. We can definitely come together and understand the way we think, so that we can better be of help to each other. And the only way to show them and to make change is to start with yourself and do it. So for me, I had to realize the only way to help my people is to educate them that everybody is not racist. Everybody is not against black people. And we can definitely come together and make it happen. So for me, that's what it was all about. Just that the youth, because we had like half of our models was youth. So for them to come together and do it together and root one another on and cheer each other on, like, that was the best part for me.
That's cool. That's cool. So we're gonna get ready to go for a break, and we'll be right back after this. are back with the lovely Hope Watkins, owner and CEO of Young Sir the Movement and Young Sir Clothing. So I understand that we have a fashion show coming up on June 27th.
Yeah, so June 27th, as you know, it means a lot to Houston. So I wanted to show my appreciation to Houston the way y'all welcome me with open arms and just show y'all that I understand y'all culture and I'm not here to culture jack or, you know, come up off of the back of Houston. Like, I really want to be a part of y'all culture and understand it. So we chose that weekend with great significance because, you know, everything that it means to Houston. So we got a show going on that day. I'm working on some other things that I can't talk about right now, but just know we got all kind of stuff in the works. So yeah, that's our Master of the Runway edition. So this is our first Master of the Runway in Houston. I'm excited because it's our Grown and Sexy. So you're going to see a lot of grown and sexiness going on.
This is not the community show.
This is not the community show by any means necessary.
So can kids still, are you going to still have kids in the show?
There will be a select few kids in the show because we do allow our return models to return. So this show will start off as like, you know, almost like a regular community show. But then it's going to get real spicy. So we're going to get them kids up out of there. Okay. There's no kids allowed in the audience, y'all. It's a date night atmosphere. You know, we're going to have wine for you. Like, I can't even tell y'all everything that we're about to do. But just know, the setup for this one is going to be so different than our community shows. Okay. This is bring your girl, bring your dude out. Set up a double date or a triple date and enjoy yourself. Good music, good grown and sexy music, 90s music, you know, dancing, having a good time, still out the box always, because we never gonna give you.
So we're gonna have a dance floor?
Yeah. We never gonna give you a traditional fashion show because I'm just not a traditional person.
So
like that.
We're gonna have dance going, so we're gonna be sliding, we're gonna be doing the slides.
I don't know about all of that, but you know, whatever. This the thing, this is gonna be my time to learn about Houston, so we're going to have a true HTown DJ that's going to be all about Houston. And, you know, that weekend going to be, you know, a tribute to Houston and everything that y'all have.
It's going to be very interesting. I already think I know which DJ you're going after.
I don't even know which DJ I'm going after, to tell you the truth. I got so many different ideas in my head right now. You ain't thought about Yachty? I thought about a few people. That's the thing. Like, I'm torn if I want to have multiple DJs or just one DJ or battle of the DJs. I don't know. I got a lot going on in my mind right now. You know, wow. HTown Edition, of course, though. Got to be all HTown music. And then when we turn into the Grown and Sexy, it's Grown and Sexy. You know, all of that, but still with an HTown twist.
So that June 27th will be played at this fashion show. June 27th will be played at this fashion show.
Yeah, all of that.
All of that.
All of that.
All of that.
Yeah.
So, are you open for selling tickets right now? What we got going
on? Ticket sales are up. The early bird tickets, of course, but for some reason, people like getting their tickets late in the game. So I'm telling y'all right now. I know y'all used to community shows, the ticket prices stay the same, but that is not going to be the case. There will be inflation at the door because I'm telling you, like, it's a birthday party that's going to take place after this. It's a whole club type setup. Okay. We got Cabria. She'll be out there with the drinks, so she'll be serving you like this real grown and sexy. I'm even thinking about adding food to the equation where you can purchase your food ahead of time and be served. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said definitely this is a date night type situation. Bring your wifey, bring your hubby, come out and, you know, fall in love with each other all over again.
Wow. I'm definitely looking for that one. I'm definitely looking for being in that one. So we have the Grown and Sexy edition coming out. We have a community show that just took place. You're going to incorporate the community show with, a portion of the community show into the Master of the Runway. And now let's dive into your print company. You have a full-fledged print company called Your Brandon Print. How long have you been in business with Your Brandon Print?
So 5 years now, but as Your Brandon Print, just 2. We did a major U-Haul rebrand a few years ago, and this was the best thing that we could have ever did for the company. If you could think it, we can probably print it, to tell you the truth. It's really nothing that we can't print. It just all depends on, you know, when you when you hit us up and say I need this. So everything you can find on our site is stuff that we print all the time, every day. Is always in production. And then of course we take custom orders from all kind of stuff. Let me think of something. The most outrageous thing I've printed. I mean, you know, keychains, buttons, like, you know, stuff that is not on our site that we can print. Is really nothing that we cannot print. But everything is not on our site. So make sure y'all go check out the website ybinprint.com. YBIN Print is the mother company to Young Sir, and that's really how Young Sir thrives and is able to do a lot that Young Sir does. So
okay, cool. So I'm gonna give you one opportunity to ask me one question. What is one question that you'd like to ask me before we wrap it up today?
Where you going with DJ Nice?
So DJ Nice is I'm taking DJ Nice to the community.
Okay.
Being DJ Nice is very close to me. It's my way of giving back to the community, staying connected with the youth, staying connected with the community. It's really a fundraiser because Young Sir, the movement, is moving towards a 501c3. And I'm really, really excited about it. I'm trying to continue this push and making sure that every little girl, little, young, and old, we do have apparel for women and children to make sure that it reaches and touches everyone, to let them know that they can do anything that they want to do as long as they put their minds to it. And she has a purpose. Nothing intellectual comes easy, and nothing we do is going to be easy as women. And it's for us to continue to push, and we have to start with the younger generations because they are our future. So we're starting with the babies and getting them to understand that that's the most important thing. So that's
what Young Sir is about. Just like-minded people coming together and making a clear pathway for these kids in this upcoming generation. So, you know.
So, yep, that's what we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.